Hello everyone, this is Kaos Nova, and here's another game review on the state of gaming on macOS. In this episode, we'll be talking about the state of this Deus Ex game series. The Deus Ex series began as an action role-playing game in the first person, with the first game of the series released in 2000. The producer of Deus Ex is Warren Spector, who had previously been the producer of another cyberpunk-themed action role-playing game known as System Shock. The production of the original Deus Ex game began in 1997. The production and development of the game was led by Warren Spector and Harvey Smith. The designers later cited a number of games, namely Half-Life, Thief, The Dark Project, Fallout, and GoldenEye 007 as games that inspired the making of Deus Ex. Additional cited inspirations by Warren Spector and Harvey Smith include Colossus, The Forbidden Project, The Manchurian Candidate, RoboCop, The X-Files television series, and Men in Black. Spector also cited the 1995 role-playing game Sudoku as inspiration for his making of the game. After the pre-production, which began in 1997, was completed, the team had grown to 20 people and entered an even longer 28-month phase. The production team consisted of 3 programmers, 6 designers, 7 artists, a writer, and an associate producer, a technology specialist, and the producer, Warren Spector, as the director. The game was named Deus Ex after the phrase Deus Ex Machina, or God from the Machine, a term used for when a plot is resolved by an unpredictable intervention or contrivance. Ultimately, Deus Ex is built off the engine of Unreal Tournament, which Spector and the team described as the best available means for creating a first-person experience. In the words of Spector himself, the Unreal Engine was superior to anything else available. Numerous direct 3D issues ended up slipping through the quality of testing of the project. The music of Deus Ex was composed by Alexander Brandon as the primary composer, with additional composers named Michael Van Vos, Dangadopi, Revis Gabriels. The music was well received by critics and gamers alike. Reviews cited the game as complimentary to the gritty atmosphere, and the music contained multiple genres, including techno, jazz, and classical. Now, Deus Ex as a game was an outstanding success, sold well. It had a sequel named Invisible War, and it also had 2 prequels. The first prequel is Deus Ex Human Revolution, and the second prequel is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Invisible War was released in late 2003, along with Human Revolution being released in 2011 and Mankind Divided as the most recent and final game so far made in 2016. 2003's Invisible War had generally poor reviews and various complaints about bugs in the features and gameplay. Deus Ex Human Revolution was generally much better received, although Deus Ex Human Revolution has had issues with the fact that it was built on 32-bit in the coding process, so it has issues running on 64-bit systems. Otherwise, this is the brief introduction I'm going to give you, and now we're going to follow up with how to install the games, along with the ratings of compatibility I have for each of the games in the Deus Ex game franchise.
So here's for the revision mod. Find the setup executable, and you go through the installation process. You select the file for installation as being the Deus Ex file you've already created in Codeweavers crossover. You get started. Now the revision mod is a total conversion mod made by Kaos Creative for the 15th anniversary of the release of Deus Ex. So in this total conversion mod, there are many different maps, and there are many different rules and extra achievements you can get for more experience. So it's a new experience. It's a game for improving skills, improving augmentation, and so forth. It's really worth it. And this mod is both on GOG or GOG.com and Steam. It's great. So you can install it. And this is just the updated way of installing it. Now we have Codeweavers Crossover 24. So it should work just fantastic. As you can see, there's a little demo gameplay here, and the loading screens are different. Even the first few minutes on Liberty Island are different. It's great. I really recommend the revision mod if you haven't heard of it. And it works perfectly within Deus Ex, as I will mention, as I have mentioned already. Alright, so in order to get this game running well, we install DirectX for modern games into the game file for Deus Ex. Pretty easy solution. There's already a cross-tie or preset provided for the installation, so go ahead and do that and install it into the Deus Ex file. Very easy. As we're about to get forth with installing Human Revolution using porting kit, here's a little page for porting kit. I have a link in the description. Porting kit is another great way to do Windows on Mac porting. Virtual machine as an app you can access in your application folder as if it were a regular app, as if it were any other app on your Mac. So it's another great way to do it. Sometimes the compatibility ratings are not shared between porting kit and crossover. So sometimes porting kit will run a game that crossover will not, and vice versa. So in the meantime, you get it started by making sure you have all the executables and files for Deus Ex Human Revolution in your folder, and you found it, so that you can install it and get it running. Now, it's not a perfect rating on porting kit, but it's still much better than the 3 out of 5 I'll give for Deus Ex Human Revolution on version 24 of crossover, or the 2 out of 5 where it doesn't run on version 23 of crossover. And with the 4 out of 5, that occurs because this game unfortunately can crash when you try to exit out of it. It's an unfortunate occurrence. It does happen. That's why it's not a 5 out of 5 like Deus Ex or Revision. So in the meantime, we've got this taken care of. So I'm going to recommend a few things. First of all, I've already recommended GOG.com or GOG.com. Check it out, link in the description. Same thing with Codeweavers crossover, which I've used for most of my porting. I'll do more episodes using porting kit. I've also mentioned that, and I will also rate apps with porting kit. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for my polls, because the next episode will be dealing with porting classic Doom games up through Doom 3 BFG Edition and how those all work. So it should be another great episode. Also, I just want to recommend a few pages which I'll have links to in the description. First is that Codeweavers has their own YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is right here, link in the description. Also link for Codeweavers website. And if you are a user of Codeweavers crossover, I welcome you and invite you and encourage you to join the forums. I chose not to be part of the forums for a while, except for maybe my first ported app in Codeweavers crossover around 10 years ago with Final Fantasy VIII, because it said there was an error and there were all these libraries that were not present, so I couldn't run Final Fantasy VIII on Steam. And then I realized by going to the forums and asking for help that there were libraries that I had to manually download and install from Microsoft into the bottle, and voila, Final Fantasy VIII worked just about perfectly. And I'm going to be doing updated porting ratings for Final Fantasy 7 and 8 soon. There's version 24, and the last time I did it was almost a year ago, where I talked about the compatibility of Final Fantasy games. So that will be another update I will have for you. In the meantime, if you wish to support, you can make a donation to my channel. Give you a link provided below for donations in the description. No amount is too small, no amount is too great. Just include a note about what program or application you want me to test. I've been doing the porting episodes for a while, so I'm going to be, after Doom and Mad Max, I'm going to be going on and doing some updated reviews, because there's version 24, and some of my updated reviews need updates now, because they're a year old or 2 years old. I need to show you, as my audience, that some of these apps need a new set of instructions to get them running, or maybe they don't. One way or another, I need to update and see that they still work as they used to. So, but I'm not going to be focused as much on porting for the next few months. I'm going to be working on giving my opinions and doing actual general game reviews for my audience. A lot of my audience that I've seen are PC users, which is fine. It's great. So I'm going to be giving commentary on games, and that's going to be a fun little project I'm doing going forward. Reviewing games. But I will be doing, updated reviews for compatibility using crossover and porting kit. But I'm going to, try a little different of an endeavor, put some variety in what I'm reviewing, and, address what my audience wants a little bit, which I feel is well deserved, and I feel it's something you asked me for very nicely, so I'm going to do a little bit more of that. I'm going to be talking about Fallout and a number of other games, as well as talk about anime topics as well. Those should be fun. They're also. And otherwise, I also want to put a recommendation here to check out episodes of Creeping the AlitaArmy or the AlitaArmy podcast. Someone as a guest on some of the live streams. And now, as I begin to finish, we're going to be heading to the final compatibility rating for these various games. So, stay tuned. There's going to be these last 3 chapters of getting those ratings out. I want to make a recommendation here of someone who really has provided updates on how porting kit works. He's on YouTube. His channel name is Paul Vital. He has some great how-to videos for porting kits. I primarily work with Codeweavers crossover, although I do a couple episodes on porting kits, and check out his channel for more and see how it's done from him, as that is more his focus to do porting kit. He also updates it, so be sure to say thank you to him. On another note, I'm going to be demonstrating in live stream form how the games on Codeweavers crossover handle, and that's going to be pretty fun. I'll have a link to the playlist, or rather the podcast, for my Codeweavers crossover live streams in the description. So you can go, check out the live streams. I haven't set a day or the week for them to occur on yet, but I'll be having them, and it'll be a great way to take a look and see, oh, okay, this is how the games work. I'm giving you a demonstration of how well they work on Codeweavers crossover. That's going to be excellent. It's going to be a great way to see, hey, I'm doing it real time, broadcasting to you how well it works. And what better way to have it done? What better proof is there than to be able to ask me while I'm live streaming it to you to see, hey, this is how compatible it works. Here's some of the bugs or issues the game might have in a live stream, and you can see it right there with you as my audience and with myself taking a look. On other news, I'm going to be occasionally on Wednesdays broadcasting copyright-free music for Gundam Martian Memory. Should be fun. Old video game music, and that should be an enjoyable pastime as well. Alright, so here we are at the end of the installation of Deus Ex Human Revolution. So we're going to get ready and move on to the ratings for the various games, followed by my concluding remarks I have at the end of each of my episodes here at Kaos Tutorials. So get ready, get psyched, let's get going.
Concerning the original Deus Ex and its mods, This is a perfect 5 out of 5 rating for compatibility. You can run this on Codeweavers crossover. You can run this using porting kit. This game works with the GOG.com version being installed. It works in the Steam version within Codeweavers crossover. And this isn't just the base game that runs with both GOG.com or Steam versions. It's also its total conversion mod, the revision, which has different maps for many areas and some different designs for characters, as well as various other mods that can be installed through the total conversion revision mod, such as giving more detailed textures to various characters in the game, having some audio enhancement with new songs, the soundtrack of the game while you're playing it, and so on. So this is the perfect score out of all three. The other ones, not so much. And I'll be getting to that out of the ones soon enough. So, regarding the compatibility of Invisible War, this is mediocre. This is a 3 out of 5. Why is it a 3 out of 5? Okay, so we're going into this game. This game temporarily minimizes the window whenever you have a loading screen for a new area or a loading screen to start the game. It's very annoying. And my warning is wait. Don't just force quit this game because the game isn't necessarily crashing. It's just doing the annoying thing it does by minimizing the window while the new part of the game is loading. It's an annoying quirk to the game, but if you're patient and you're still willing to play through the game and its story for Invisible War, you can do it, alright? But I'm just warning you, just because that window minimizes doesn't mean the game has crashed. It unfortunately does that for every time you have a new loading screen. It's really annoying. And that is why I am giving it a 3 out of 5 rating. Okay, it installs, it runs, but it has a lot of flaws in how it runs. But thankfully this is not the worst. Thankfully this is still playable, or what you call it in Codeweavers crossover ratings, limited functionality, or 3 out of 5. The next one is even worse, but there is an alternative way to get it running. Alright, this and Mankind Divided are the worst of the games when it comes to Codeweavers crossover. There's an alternate way to do it, but they are the worst. They will install, but they will not run. The game will crash. It will not let you go into it. So this is literally a 2 out of 5 because yes, it installs, but it does not run the game. But however, so far I have tested and found an alternate way to get Human Revolution running, but not Mankind Divided yet. But Human Revolution can be run using another means of Windows on Mac porting known as the porting kit. Now the porting kit, and I'll have a little link in the description on where you can get the porting kit, is another type of software that creates a virtual machine to run an app for Windows on Mac OS. Porting kit and porting team are a great group of people that have dedicated themselves in a non-profit way to get this system known as the porting kit running. They code it, they program it, so thank them if you can. They've done a great job at getting this running as an alternative to Codeweavers crossover. And they spend their money, they spend their time, they spend their resources keeping this updated. And they get very little in return. So please thank them. You can even go to Paul Batal, and I've got a link to his YouTube channel, and say thank you in his videos. It means everything to him. It means a lot to him. He's part of what inspired me to try this cross-platform porting. Him along with the Codeweavers crossover software. So by all means, thank them. It's an alternate way. Nonetheless, this is a terrible rating for both Human Revolution and Mankind Divided when it comes to Codeweavers crossover. But I'll be testing for Mankind Divided when I can get it and see how it works using the porting kit method. But in the meantime, when we get the porting kit, and I'll have it, and I had the installation using porting kit demonstrated for you from Deus Ex Revolution using the Junior.com version. It works great using the porting kit. It's a great way to get it running. It also works with similar flaws for the other Deus Ex games that use the porting kit for installation. So I recommend the porting kit, and I have the website description for that. But in the meantime, here are the ratings in summary. So Deus Ex, the original, and its total conversion mod are 5 out of 5. Invisible War is a 3 out of 5. And both Human Revolution and Mankind Divided are 2 out of 5, where they install but they will not run, and I have to test the alternate method. So it goes down with each successive game in terms of compatibility. It's odd. It's almost like saying the phrase "aged like fine wine," because that's what's going on here in Deus Ex games. So hopefully, with these ratings in this review, as well as with the instructions on how to get these games installed, you should have a great way on getting these games to work for you. In the meantime, I'm open to taking paid requests. I have the link in the description for you to donate to me. No amount is too small, no amount is too great, and it's included in the notes on my tip jar at Streamlabs what you want to have me go and test. It's not free for me to do all this. But again, no amount is too small, no amount is too great. I really want to thank you for your time, and you can also support me by going to my Patreon or going to my stores, which have the links in the description for my merchandise I sell online. In the meantime, I hope you have a great time figuring out how to get these games to work. I'm happy to share how I figured out to get them running with you. I'm happy to contribute my knowledge that I've accumulated with tinkering with software to you so you can avoid having a much more difficult time figuring it out yourself. Meantime, be safe out there, and I will be signing off.
And now with version 24 of Crossover, there's a new rating and compatibility. Now the one I did previously for Deus Ex Human Revolution, that rating does apply for if you have version 23 still. Not everyone's updated yet. But for version 24, there's a new rating, and that new rating is a 3 out of 5 on Crossover. It's still not great. It's still pretty buggy. And it still crashes on exit, and it still has a lot of lag in the game. So a lot of issues still need fixing. So it is a 3 out of 5 limited functionality rating.
Hello there. Now this is a way you can support my channel here. So first way is my store. This is the Streamlabs store. You can go buy some merchandise, support the channel, some little wacky merchandise with logos on it. Coming up next is my Teespring store, which I will feature products from the store on my videos, other content from time to time. Similar. Very similar, cool, spiffy merchandise you can get with logos on it. A nice hoodie right here with the winter season going on. And here's my Patreon. You can subscribe for exclusive access, early access, and the honor of being a member who offers support to my channel and the ongoing operations and creations especially. And the other one here, I also have a Rumble, which I have other videos for, because with YouTube you want to have a subject focus, so there's other content of other subjects, and this should be it. So in the meantime, I want to thank you as my audience for stopping by to watch this video. Thank you for all your support. In the meantime, be safe out there, and I'll be signing off.
Hi everyone, Kaos Nova here, and this is the ending of the video presentation on Kaos Tutorials. And here's the deal: if you want to see more of my tutorials on getting your old games to work on Mac, and you want to see more tutorials on how to do various other tasks, such as very cheap ways to make YouTube videos that still look decent, and much more, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to be among the first to get each video, hit the notifications. And please, if you enjoy liking this, your vote still counts, so please click the like with a big thumbs up. All right, you have a wonderful day, and I'll be signing off.